A journey into the heart of love, 14 verses that will change your life. Hello everyone. It's a true blessing to be here today, sharing something that's so central to our lives and our faith, love. The Bible gives us a deeper, more enduring definition of love. Today I want us to go on a journey together, exploring 14 verses that will inspire and transform the way you both give and receive love. Our first stop on this journey takes us to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 4. Love is patient. Love is kind. Patience and kindness are the essence of love. In a world that's constantly telling us to rush, love calls us to slow down, to be present. Patience means we don't jump to conclusions, and kindness? It's love in action, showing compassion and offering a helping hand. Now let's turn to John chapter 15 verse 12, where Jesus commands, "Love each other as I have loved you." Jesus loved us enough to die for us. That's the kind of love we're called to have for others, a love that's willing to sacrifice. To put the needs of others before our own, even when it's hard. You might be thinking, how can I possibly love like that? On our own strength, it's impossible. But 1 John chapter 4 verse 7 tells us, "Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God." Love isn't something we manufacture ourselves. It's a gift that flows from the very heart of God. When we open ourselves up to His love, we find the strength to love others the way He loves us. Some of you are carrying a heavy burden of fear, but hear these words from 1 John chapter 4 verse 18. There is no fear in love. Perfect love drives out fear. Fear and love cannot coexist. When we experience God's perfect love, fear melts away. We know that we are loved, accepted, and held securely in His hand. Sometimes we get caught up in rules and regulations, but Romans chapter 13 verse 10 tells us, "Love does no harm to a neighbor." Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. Love isn't just one commandment, it's the foundation of all the commandments. When we truly love our neighbor, we won't want to harm them. Love is about living out God's character in our interactions with others. Let's move on to 1 Corinthians chapter 16 verse 14. Do everything in love. From the smallest tasks to the biggest decisions, let love be your guiding principle. Love transforms our work, our relationships, our interactions. It's a daily decision to put on kindness, compassion, and grace. What does love produce in our lives? Colossians chapter 3 verse 12 gives us a picture. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Humility says, I'm not better than anyone else. Gentleness speaks to treating others with kindness and respect, and patience is essential for navigating life's ups and downs with grace. We live in a world that's constantly trying to divide us, but Colossians chapter 3 verse 14 reminds us, over all these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Love is the glue that holds us together. When we choose love, we choose unity and embrace the common humanity that connects us all. We've all been hurt by others, but 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8 offers a powerful antidote. Above all, love each other deeply because love covers over a multitude of sins. Love doesn't keep a record of wrongs. It forgives, not because the offender deserves it, but because we are called to extend God's grace to others. Love releases the debt and chooses forgiveness over bitterness. Now we come to perhaps the most well-known verse in the entire Bible, John chapter 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have eternal life. This verse encapsulates the essence of God's love for us. He loved us in the midst of our mess, and offered us the free gift of salvation through faith in Jesus Christ. It's a love that's vast and boundless. In Matthew chapter 22 verses 37 to 39, Jesus gives us the two greatest commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Our love for God should overflow into our love for others. When our hearts are filled with His love, we can't help but share it with the world. We all long for peace. Peace in our hearts, peace in our relationships, peace in our world. But James chapter 4 verse 1 reminds us that conflict often stems from within. Love is the pathway to peace. When we choose to love, we choose unity over division, forgiveness over bitterness, and hope over despair. Sometimes we feel like we have to earn God's love. But Romans chapter 5 verse 8 reminds us, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God's love for us is not conditional. He loved us in the midst of our mess, and continues to love us unconditionally. As we come to the end of our journey today, I want us to be reminded of the enduring power of love. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 8 tells us, love never fails. It's a force that can't be extinguished, a flame that can't be quenched. It outlasts trials, endures hardship, and overcomes every obstacle. The love of God is the greatest love of all. It's a love that pursues us relentlessly and forgives us endlessly. Outro. Keep the love alive. What a journey we've been on today, exploring the incredible depth and breadth of love as described in the Bible. These verses remind us that love is more than just a feeling, it's a commitment, a choice, a way of life. Let me know in the comments which Bible quote is your favorite, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, keep the love alive in your hearts, and let it shine brightly in all you do.